This is an ooh-wee production.
Welcome to the Real Talk Podcast, where the goal is to better our understanding through conversation. Communicating our feelings, our thoughts, or our opinions could be some of the easiest, or it could be some of the hardest things to do. But by communicating, we begin to form new perspectives. So throughout the various topics and opinions we discuss on our podcast, we hope that we can add value, understanding, and maybe a few laughs to your day. We appreciate you guys listening and enjoy the show.
How you doing, hey daddy?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. You on the radio right now?
I'm on the radio. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Everybody good?
Yeah, everybody good. Hey,
You sound pretty lively.
yeah, man. I'm about to do a podcast in this pain that I'm in, but hey, the show must go on, man. They can't stop greatness.
Amen. That's right.
Yes, sir.
Always look at it. It's on top of the game, bro.
Yes, sir. Hey, real quick, man. You got a word for us, man? Hey, spit a quick word for us.
Stronger is better.
Strong is better. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, strong is better. I like that. Okay. Yeah. So you just dropped that, man. We going, we going to plant that. We going to nurture that. I like that. Strong is better.
That's right.
All right. Better is stronger.
All right, babe, but y'all go ahead and handle your business.
All right, we'll do, man. Love you, man.
All right, bro.
All right.
That was Pops.
Yeah, that's him, man. That's him.
I like that, man. Stronger is better.
Yeah, that's what he say now.
That's true, though, man.
That's what he say now. Yeah.
The stronger you get, the better you should get.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's how it's supposed to be.
Strong is better.
I feel like it is, though, man.
Yeah. It's got to get stronger.
You feel me?
You feel to be better.
That's it.
But sometimes, man, before you get strong, you got to get better up here. Because this right here, this could be a sickness sometimes if you allow it to.
That's real, though, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The mindset.
Yeah. The mindset can impart sickness.
How you strengthen your mindset, though?
How can you? It's about what all you take. What all you take and you put into you, If you're around foolishness, man, that's the sickness. You taking sickness in. And then next thing you know, man, you start speaking sickness. And then you start affecting others with your sickness. You know what I'm saying? And it becomes a belligerent sickness.
So, like, how can you identify sickness, though? Or, like, foolishness? How do you identify? How do you know when it's okay?
First of all, your tolerance level. First of all, you got to know what you agree with and what you don't. A lot of people don't even know what to agree with. You know what I'm saying? So they lukewarm. They always on the gate, so to speak. You got to pick a side. You know what I'm saying? Understand what side you on, what you rocking with, what you don't rock with. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand yourself. And from that point, then you understand if what somebody's bringing to you is sickening to you.
I like that, man.
You know
I like that. And you address it from there.
Yeah, that's it, man.
I feel you on that, bro. I definitely understand that.
It's always a, respectful way to handle everything. Hey, man, I appreciate everything you do, man. But I'll be honest with you, man, I'm not on that. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather uplift. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
I like that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I always think sometimes you can't dress up the truth.
It ain't no way to dress up the truth. To be honest with you, man, the truth is cut and dry. People, either you're going to like it or you don't. A lot of times the truth is not going to be something that's liked. It's not going to always be critically acclaimed. You know what I mean? It's something that a lot of people don't want to hear that you must hear, in order for you to heal, in order for you to be stronger, if you understand what I'm saying.
I rock with that, man.
Mm-hmm.
I rock with that. Because you mentioned lukewarm. I think sometimes when we making a transition from something, trying to strengthen something, we lukewarm with it, especially when it comes to the mindset.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of just being like, this is what I'm standing on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is what I'm on right now.
Yeah. They always like to say standing on business, but a lot of time we ain't even really standing. We leaning.
We leaning on
you know
business.
What I'm saying? Yeah, we leaning on it.
Yeah. I respect that, bro.
Yeah.
That's real.
Most definitely.
Yeah, man. I was just thinking, man, because I think that's a nice way to introduce the podcast, man. If you don't know, man, this is the Real Talk Podcast. Intro, man. So welcome to the Real Talk Podcast, man. Let me ask you this, E. Mm-hmm. So we've been doing this for a minute. We took a little break. How does it feel how do you feel going on the mic? How does that change how we talk normally? We just riding in the car, we just chilling on the couch versus when the camera come on and the mic come on.
It's funny that you asked that question, man. This is the right question. I never said this before, but that's the right question that you asked. I'm not saying all the questions you asked before was wrong, but this is the right question for this moment, for this time. I noticed something, man. The other day I was at work, man, and I had to get on the radio, and I was asked to address something on the radio. Now, I don't know if you familiar with being on the radio. I don't know if you deal with radios at your job. You probably do. But it's a radio etiquette that I feel that everyone should have. Not just a radio etiquette. There's a public etiquette that you must have, but there's a radio etiquette when you're doing something over, a radio. So before I could introduce this particular message, it was a safety message. The individual that asked me to do it, I said, man, give me a moment. Then next thing I know, he started trying to prompt me on what it is that I was going to say. And I was like, nah, brother. I say, that's what you would say. I say, if you're going to ask me to do it, I got to do it my way. And so he was joking with me. He was like, all right, now don't get on it, with all that. But little did he know, what I'm saying? I wasn't new to this. I'm true to this. Being on the mic, when the mic is on, the mic is hot, it's a certain way that you got to come at this mic. You got to respect this mic, you got to respect folks' ears. You got to respect what it is that God is using you to come, what God is using you to do. You got to respect that. So with that being said, you got to have integrity about yourself, And what you speak, you got to speak from a standpoint of standing up, like we were just talking about, and not leaning. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
Because like when you leaning, it's people can sense when you leaning. Like, I don't know, you don't sound too sure about that. But it's a certain level of confidence that you have to have in yourself. And you have to understand ultimately why you are doing what you're doing. Were you called to do it? What's your why? Like, that's number one. You should always know your why of your why when it's based on anything in life. Like, why are you doing what you're doing? Is it because something you really want to do, or is it because somebody is so-called making you do it, which nobody can ever make you do anything, But yeah, man, we like you said, we've been doing this for a while. And at first, man, I don't know, I used to run from my thoughts. My thoughts ran from me. And sometimes it was like I was just dipping my toes in the water, trying to test it out. Like, I don't know. Should I not, But hey, we here, and if we always basing our life on time, understanding that we can't be wasteful with time that we don't own. We standing and we living within borrowed time as it is. So if we understand that, then to be honest with you, the time is now. So when blessed with the opportunity to bring something forth, something impactful, something that can, that can really provoke people to think, not only think, it can provoke people to go out there and research. It can provoke people to go out there and really just, connect with what it is that God would have them to connect with. Why not? Seeing the time is now. So
that's real, man. That's real. I was just thinking about that because I'm like, I wouldn't say I'm a serious person, but I'm not like a jokester. Like comedian, I'm not a comedian or anything like that. So it's like sometimes when I get on the mic, it's like, okay, loosen up a little bit. Don't be so tense. Don't be so tight. And I'm in my head a lot. But what you spoke on earlier, you was like, what we said, something about truth. We spoke about that and just basically like standing on it. And it's like, you got to be true to you because you attract your tribe when you're true to you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's like, you're not, to me, in my mind, I didn't create this podcast to connect with everybody, but to connect with people that vibe with what we vibe with. You know what I mean? That relate with what we like and share similar interests. So I just want to hear your take on that, man. And like how you approach the mic.
Yeah, that's dope, that's about it, man. I don't know, man. It's you get from this. It's just like life, man. You get from this what you put out. Like what are you looking to get back? It's what you put out. What you put out. It's like the worst thing in the world is you can live in a life and live in a world in which, man, people feed you lies. And you like, nah, like what you really think? And you know they're lying to you, but they continue to feed you lies. You're like, dog, I can't get no real people around me. But it's like, what are you feeding the people? You know what I'm saying? It's like maybe what you getting back is what you putting, what you putting into it. If you lying to yourself, then the people gonna lie back to you.
That's real, man. That's real.
You say, what you hope to attract is what you said about your tribe. It's like you was talking about your tribe. You will connect with your tribe, but then to be honest with you, when you get on here sometimes, it might not necessarily, if you're not careful, you might not connect with your tribe, but you'll connect with a tribe. Or you can create a tribe that's really not even, it's not even reflective of who you are, So those are always the things, man, that we have to be wary of. We have to be careful, man, because to be honest with you, man, and don't get me wrong, nobody perfect, but we definitely got to be careful when having something such as this, having, the opportunity to connect with something such as a microphone or a pen, or just whatever your voice can go across and be heard across, a speaker, whatever. Because those are weapons. They become weaponized, and it's like you can motivate somebody to do the wrong thing. Yeah. Just as well as you can motivate them to do the thing that they really should, which is the right thing. We just have to be careful because it's like it's so many people that's out here in this world, man, living blindly in this world, or just having an ear to hear the first thing they hear, And it's just like it's so many people that want to march for something, but are they marching for the right thing? That's the crazy thing about it. You have people that have enough faith in the world to get out and just start marching, but they don't even know what it is that they're marching to. Oftentimes we talk about marching to the beat of your drum, but what's the sounds that the drum actually making? Is it a positive sound? You know what I'm saying? Or are we just marching the noise? Yeah. You gotta be wary of that stuff.
Let me ask you this, man. You spoke on etiquette, and like you kind of touched on it, but I want you to expand a little bit. When you get on a platform like this, whether you're creating one or whatever, some people feel like, well, I don't have a following, so I could just say whatever. I could just be free until I get a follow and then I clean it up a little bit. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you approach the mic with etiquette? Or what are some good etiquettes to have?
I got you, my boy. I got you. So I feel like this here. Yeah, you can start off with nobody listening to you. You can start off with a blank slate, It's just room to do as you please to do. But in doing so, I would encourage somebody, whoever listening to this that may be wanting to start, I would encourage you to first and foremost have a plan. You know what I'm saying? Have a plan. Okay, this gonna sound gonna sound a little interesting. Plan for the future, but plan it understanding that you're living today. You're living your today. Meaning that planning for the future is, why would you want to go ahead and start something today and feel you can say whatever you want to say today and you're going to clean it up as you go? If you know that it's going to be a possibility that you're going to have to clean, like you're going to have to do a wholesale change on things later on because the way you're doing it right now, for a fact, the audience that you're hoping to get one day won't appreciate what you're talking about now. Why even start it that way? You know what I'm saying? Build it today how you will want to serve it tomorrow. That's real. That way, the things that we're working on changing or fine-tuning, so to speak, is, you just, again, that's all it is. You really want to fine-tune things. You don't want to be, all right, man, look, I'm a wholesale change everything because I know, man, that was some foolishness that I was doing at the beginning. I was just doing it because I was bored, though. First of all, you're wasting time, number one. Number two, even if you're trying to learn your sound, learn your craft, or, master your craft and master your own sound, when thinking about those things, you still you should always envision something that will ultimately lead you to a goal. You say, that's what I want to, my beliefs and my prayers will ultimately get me here. But for right now, I know I'm here. It's going to take a certain level of work to get there. But I know for a fact, I know I'm not speaking wrong in what I'm saying now. I'm not going about this the wrong way. I know that I'm not going to have to just take in. I don't feel like I'm selling out on myself. I don't feel like I have to, spin the wheel, all that stuff. Long as you're doing it from a place of heart. You're doing it from a place of compassion. You're doing it from a place of love. You're doing it from a place of whatever your gift, your talent, whatever your purpose is. If you're doing it from those places, then you're not doing it wrong. You do it wrong, you do it long. You're going to spend time, so to speak, reinventing the wheel. When, like, really and truly, we like, that's like going to school, man, and automatically you spend so much time already in school, but then somebody asks you when you was getting ready to go to school, hey, so what's your major going to be? I don't know. I figured it out on the way. Now, 3 years later, what's your major? Well, I'm in this, but I'm thinking I'm about to go ahead and switch, and I'm about to go and I'm gonna do that. But that's something totally different than what you. I know. I ain't feeling this no more.
Yeah.
So what are you feeling now? Well, I think that this. Listen, I think that this is more so suited. It's suited to my beliefs. Well, what are your beliefs? Well, I feel like now I'm starting to. I'm really starting to. I'm getting more so connected with this, that, and the other. Now, you still don't know. So take time, get you a piece of paper, write out what it is that you like. You figure out yourself. Before you can do anything, figure out yourself, figure out what you want to do, and figure out if that even means, makes sense.
Yeah.
Because if it don't make sense, well, some people say it don't make money. But in this case, if it don't make sense, then you're wasting time.
I'll be honest. I've been watching a lot about like fashion and stuff like that. So I see about a lot of elegant, like the way certain people dress, they get a certain type of approach. Mm-hmm. So I feel like there already enough negativity being publicized and built up in the world and getting a lot of attention. I want to create something, and I want us to create something that highlights the great qualities of this. And for somebody who wants the same thing or shares the same kind of mindset, how can they get started? How can they get introduced to it? And sometimes you have to see that first to be able to build your own version of that.
If I may, on that, it's interesting that you would bring up that, like the fashion approach. I think sometimes we have to, sometimes we got to change the narrative on what we decide is fashionable and what's not fashionable. Reason why I say that is because growing up, we're often taught fashion from a different lens. First and foremost, fashion would never look the same way to two different people. And that's the beauty to, being opinionated. That's the beauty to individuality. That's the beauty to differences. It's just, from those different components, people are going to always see things differently. People are going to always appreciate something that the other may not appreciate. It's the fine nuances. It's the, it's the little integral moments, integral things. It's some people out there, they pay more attention to the thread that's being used. Some people pay more attention to the sheen of something, how shiny it is. Some people pay more attention to detail. Some people pay more attention to the name itself. And then certain people pay more attention to the person that's actually rocking this stuff. Maybe it's the person that's making this component look like how it's looking. I wrap all of that up by saying this, that's when you truly understand that the clothing should never make the man or the woman, for that matter, but the man or the woman makes the clothing. What I figured out is this here about fashion. people that actually have, the haves, if you go out and see them on an everyday, how I grew up and how the culture allowed me to think money should look, well, how money should look on people. When you going out and you buying these outfits and stuff, we thought, well, I can't speak for you, but I thought when you had money, you supposed to dress a certain way. And so the first time that I was introduced to it, I was 16 years old working at Publix. And a young lady, she said, you want to see somebody with money? So I'm like, yo, who got money? And I think I might have told this story before, and when I saw the gentleman, I didn't see money. Not from how you look. I didn't see it. I saw regular. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So that was the first introduction to the fact that he or she that truly has money, they don't let it show on them. They don't put on no glamorous type stuff on a casual day and say, there's this glamorous stuff that says, yo, look at me, I got money. That's not how they move. That's not, nah. Why? They got it. They don't have to prove that to nobody.
Presentation too. You know what I'm saying? I think like the presentation is big too, because it's too, like you said, everybody sees presentation differently. Some people see it as flashy, flamboyant. Some people see it as subtle, you know what I mean? And just low key, so I've just been like looking at that over the past couple of days, man, just picking up on different styles, who's wearing it, why are they wearing it, what got them to wear it, things like that.
Professionalism and job etiquette. What are those two things? There's a way that you should come. You should come dressed like you want this job, dressed like you're here to get the job today. Like you dress like I can start today,
I feel you on that.
Yeah.
You just spoke on something, man. The way you dress, the way you present yourself, the types of clothes you wear, what the occasion is, things like that. Oh, that's what it was. A lot of this research I was doing was they was talking about timeless pieces. Mm-hmm. And I was looking at old photos of like black excellence, black wealth, things like that.
I love looking at stuff like that.
Every picture they came dressed to impress in my mind, right? And it's like they might have, like you said, they might have been regular every other day. You know what I mean? But when it was time to show up, they had timeless pieces, pieces they could pull up.
Or better yet, all they had to do was here is picture day.
That's it, man. And I think even if you don't have to have a wardrobe of 20 different suits, you can have a few that you can pull out when it's necessary.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And that sets your image. That sets how people see you in their mind. And I think that's like the main point I was just getting at. Was like, man, you got to have a few pieces to where people know that when it's time to go to that occasion, they can invite you. Or, hey, we know that he's going to come qualified. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I like that, man. All right, we're gonna get to the point on this, man. So something that I've been coming to terms with lately is going back to time. Mm-hmm. What if I came to you and I say, bruh, like, now is your time? Nah, you ain't hear me. That's why you still looking like that. I say, now is your time. Nah, he ain't got it yet. Nah, right. Bruh, hear me. Feel me. Now is your time.
I mean, it's time it's about to go up.
Yeah. It's already up. Your time is now.
Okay.
Say it again. I don't know why. Every time you say it, it's like, bro, it charges you that much more. Mm-hmm. Now is your time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my voice even changed with it. You know what I mean? So this is something that I've been battling with a lot lately. It comes a time where it's a season for forgiveness. Like, that's just the nature of things. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot that must be forgiven. You know what I'm saying? You need to go and forgive. It's really the combination of just, all right, let's move forward now. But then there's a time in which, forgiveness is out the window. You know what I'm saying? It's time to give me mine. I think we getting ready to go there. Understand what I'm saying? It's time to give me mine. Mm-hmm. So it's a sense of qualities that's deliberate. qualities that state, nah, I didn't let you have it for far too long. It's time to give me mine. You know what I'm saying?
Going for nothing else.
Yeah, nah. You know you didn't wrong me. Come up off that.
And you ain't budging, need you though.
At all.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
So I know you. I know you. I've known you long enough to know when a question coming, I can hear the question in my head as it's being asked from your brain right now. You just haven't opened up your mouth to say it yet. E, where you going with this? I hear you loud and clear.
Right.
Sometimes God will call you to go out and to get that. Oftentimes, man, I've seen too many cases in which, bruh, people will be in their own private sector crying, pissed off, pistivity levels high, just fuming at the source like, oh, Lord, I want to get them so bad. And the Lord say, nah, my child, not right now. Not right now. This ain't the time.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't the time. We've heard that so many times before. This ain't the time, or this not your time. Wait your time. Give it some time. Take your time.
Facts.
Everything based around time. But what happens when you hear it's your time? Or it's show time? You know the crazy thing about that? How I just said what I said, right? We get nervous when we hear those words sometimes.
Yeah, facts.
It's show time. It's your time. Wait a minute. What do you mean it's my time?
Facts.
But all before you've been asking for this time. You wanted this time. All of that you could just take and now get you, okay, if this is on a dry eraser board, just erase all this that I'm saying. Now it's a clean slate. What am I saying? What am I looking at? What am I trying to define? Pretty much opportunity. The opportunity is now yours. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it?
That's
you know,
real.
From your freshman year to your sophomore year, it's crazy because with the freshman, you know good and well, man, you really is rare that you even looking for much as a freshman. You want to be heard, but nah, it's order to this. And a lot of time the way order looks, nah, bro, you a newbie. You don't speak.
Rookie.
Yeah. Boy, you still got milk around your mouth. Coming to me asking me for, man, you asking me for meat, bro, over there. You right there.
Facts.
Well, if you don't go and drink some of that milk over there, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But, man, God has used people, man. God has used many different people. God don't use age. God uses people. Sometimes it's the people that you would never even think that he would elect to use. Those are the people that's being used. That could be a child. That could be a toddler. Just learning how to talk yesterday and mess around and he got a message for you or she got a message for you. It could be a crackhead, you know. It could be a hooker. It could be whoever. But again, I say, what happens when the spotlight is placed on you and the words that come your way is, it's your time. It's your opportunity. It's your season.
I feel like you should be preparing for that. At a certain point in your life, man, I think you should have enough life experiences and watched other people, whether it's family members or friends or whatever, to where you understand that, I need to be preparing myself for something. You know what I mean? School do that. Some people go to the collegiate level. Some people learn a trade. Some people start a family. But at a certain point, I feel like it's a transition to where you realize, like, I need to be prepared for something, man. I need to prepare myself for something because at some point, man, like, I might get a break or like I might, something might pop off. I might be able to move. I need to go here. You know what I mean? So I think that's how I look at it. And that happened to me. I'm pretty sure you can relate to a certain point in your life where that happened to you. That's how I look at it when I hear like it's your time, because at a certain point, it's going to be your time. some people fumble the ball and then they get another opportunity. Some people fumble the ball and they tell other people, look, bro, when it's your time, you need to handle that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I had my time. You know what I'm saying? Either I knew what to do with it or I didn't.
And then sometimes this happens. You see this in movies often. Somebody had the opportunity and they squandered it.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, now they on their backs, laying up, looking at you walking, but you might not be walking the right path. But God just gives you a little more insight, and you see them down there. And as you get ready to take that next step, you look down and you see the individual. And the individual say, "Hey, this road could be rough. It could be bumpy. Don't make the same mistakes I made. But you know what? I see a little different in you." Somebody might say, "Young blood, I see a little different in you. Do me a favor if you may, though." You looking down. "What's up? Young blood. Give them hell. Avenge me."
Facts. But you know what's crazy? I hear too, man, you gotta be careful because you like, man, I'll never be like that. It'll never be me.
You're right.
They say the same thing.
You're right. You're right, man. So what I'm getting at is this here, man. Lately, man, I've been dealing with some things, man. Been having a lot on my mind. It's been a lot on my mental. I've been stewing in that thing. I've been marinating in that thing. I've been dealing with some things. And the more that I deal with these things, man, the more I realize, this isn't for the weak and the weak in heart. This isn't for a person that's inexperienced and quick to want to retreat or say, you know what, I quit. Nah, because what I'm realizing, man, sometimes, man, God will build you to be the person that when people often say make your next move your best move, what happens when that looks like this here? Your next move becomes their best moves. Understand what I'm saying? What happens when your next move becomes their best moves? People may have tried. They've come before you. They failed. But they were missing the one key factor that you have. And that factor actually being determination, grit, just that no give up mentality, that tenaciousness, that defiancy when you need to have it. All of these things, man, it takes a certain individual, a certain person that could actually go out and get the job done. That most, they'll fail because they'll crumble. They'll crumble to the fact that the pressure, you know what, man, it's all right. I just give up. I'll quit. It ain't worth it. And that's the easy way out a lot of times. That's understand what I'm saying. It's easy to quit because when we look at quitting is easy because it's a me thing. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, so what? I ain't hurt nobody. I quit. That's why you say I quit. Have you ever heard somebody open up their mouth and say, you know what? With a lot of power and say, we quit. Everybody like, who? Nah, bro, speak for yourself. Right. What is this we? I don't speak French. You speaking for yourself. Nah, boss, I'm still here. I don't know what they talking about. But like seriously, it's a lot of power in that statement. And that's why people say it so powerful. I hereby, anytime you say I comes out with a lot of power. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'll have you know what I'm saying? Braxton. But it's like those eyes come out real powerful. But it's like when I is attracted to so much more, you can take it one line down, that's your eye. But then when I is attached to other things, you can take and you can slant it and it comes down this way. and then you can bring it back up and it comes this way. Then you can slant it again, and then you can bring another line, and that's a W. The W is for what? Win. What else is it for? We. When you fighting for a we, that's when you fighting for the ultimate. The ultimate W is win. You know what I'm saying? So now, when you fighting for the win, all you got to do is look up and say, God, you pick me. My only question for you is win. If you pick me for the win, and I'm not here for just self, all I'm asking is win.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real, man. And then you spoke on the first statement. What was that? You said, your time is now.
Your time is now.
And I think that ain't no necessarily it ties into the we, because your time now could be, your time is now, man, to make sure your kids make it.
Yeah.
Your time now is to make sure the family legacy live on. Your time now is to show up so that you can be that stepping stone for your kids or the people behind you. So it's like, it's all independent on the person.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I think that you just have to prepare yourself for it, man. Every moment that you encounter in life, I feel like is preparation. And don't get me wrong, I ain't saying nobody's perfect, even myself. And I recognize every moment. But I would like to think more times than not that certain situations I'd be like, okay, how am I handle this? This right here is a test. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? This is a test. This is preparing me for, the next move or the next step. So, I think that's deep, man.
I'll say something else too, man. Sometimes, man, and don't get me wrong, I love to be a student in the game. I like to prepare myself for different things. I like to put myself, in certain scenarios so that I can try to figure it out, what to do. But man, sometimes God will put you in certain situations where, to be honest with you, there is no preparation. The only preparation is in faith.
Yeah.
And you just understand, you look around, you don't see nobody else. It's you. God called you. And God called you to be like a Moses. God called you to be like a David. God called you to be like a Samson. God called you to be the next in line of leading others out. And that's when you really figure out your time is now. And I started it out by saying your time is now, but if you're obedient and you understand and you walk into your time being now, then you really realize it's not my time, it's our time. Because what you do, your obedience will become the breakthrough for so many more. Sometimes, bruh, fighting against a system of injustice, it takes somebody being willing to say, you know what, man, I see the wrongdoing, man. I see it. And sometimes it starts with you being provoked because it's you that they come after. And you like, nah, look here. I ain't got time for it. You ain't coming after me. Then all of a sudden, that fire that you have in your belly to defend yourself, then all of a sudden God starts to expose other things to you. Now all of a sudden you realize this ain't never been about just me. This is bigger than me. God just using me to be the mouthpiece. God just using me to deliver the message.
That's real, man.
But it's the faith. It's the faith. Getting a hold of the faith and understanding that I just need to go out there and I just need to do it. That work is hard.
Oh, man.
The work is challenging. You know what I'm saying? But the work is worth it.
I don't think it's ever like a present, like it's never presented to you like the time is now. Like you just have to I feel like you have to make the time. For a lot of different things, man, you just have to make the time. Because you always hear, I don't have time. Or it's not enough time. It's not this. It's not that. I feel like, to be real, you just have to make the time for something. You know what I mean? Whether it's, transformations that you want to make, whether it's conversations you want to have, like you just have to make the time for it.
I'm gonna be real with you, man.
What's up?
What you talking about right now, that's been me. I never thought it was time. Sometimes, it ain't even a matter of sometimes. When it's truly time, God will sit you. God will reach you when it is time. Mm-hmm. Right now, I'm speaking on just simply on myself. It's time for me. I know it is. Like, it is, man. I'm out. Look at me, bro. Like, I'm here. This right here, you know what I'm saying? This was a decision to come here today. But again, I can be around here saying I made time for this. Nah. God made time for this. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different things that I could be doing. But again, God made sure that I'm here with you right now and we doing this. You know what I'm saying? And the same applies to other things and other aspects in my life. It's like now, just because I'm so-called on the shelf don't mean that I'm on the shelf right now. This could be the busiest point in my life in which I'm getting work done, finally. You see what I'm saying?
Nah, 1,000%, man.
Yeah, the time is now.
That's it, bro. That's it, man. We're going to leave the people with that, man. The time is now, y'all, man. If you like anything that we said, man, anything made sense, anything that you please like and share. Subscribe to the podcast, man. We really appreciate it. It helps us grow, helps us to reach more people. So continue to rock with us, man. Every Thursday we post a new episode. Real Talk Podcast, man. Peace.
Real Talk 101.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode or if you want to check out more of our content, please visit our social media platforms linked in the description of this episode. You can also check us out each week where we drop a new episode every single Thursday. So don't forget, like, share, comment, and thanks again for listening. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.